In this video, I'm going to share with you how vulnerability is going to transform your connections and your relationships with others, and how to overcome the fear of opening up. So if you feel terrified about letting your guard down, this video is for you. I'm Limor, and I'm your empowerment coach, and I'm here to support you in overcoming any emotional challenge you have in order for you to experience the life that you well deserve to experience. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do it right now. You can also take advantage of my free 30 minutes discovery call with me. All the details are below. Okay, opening up and being vulnerable. It's really a scary topic because opening up and being vulnerable, it's the ability to show aspects of yourself that you haven't shared yet with anyone, right? And a lot of the time, what really holds us back to be open and to be vulnerable is the fear of being judged or being misunderstood or being rejected, right? If you have fears of, if you think that you are not good enough or something like that, right? Sometimes I still do struggle with opening up, but opening up, it's like a muscle. The more you do it, the easiest it will become. So, okay, think about it. When you truly felt connected with someone, it wasn't a time when you think that you have it all together, right? It was a time when, in this moment, that you really shared your deepest thoughts or your emotions or your experiences, right? Then you felt the most connected to the other person. Why? Because when you're vulnerable with someone, it really creates trust, right? Because it's really exhausting to just not being the real you, right? Because you just have to overthink everything. Oh, I'm going to share it, but I'm not going to share this experience. But I'm going to show this side of myself, but I'm not going to show this side of myself, right? It's exhausting. So, and I had struggles about opening up. Even me just being here in front of my camera and talking to people on YouTube, it's been vulnerable. I never thought in a million years that I'm going to do it, and let alone in a language that it's not my native language, And but I have no choice, because all the things that I share on my shorts and on my video are things that I personally experienced and overcome. So if I have this knowledge, it will be like a crime not to share it with others. But this is really, I had to gather the courage to be in front of the camera right at the beginning, because otherwise how can I help someone or anyone, right, if I'm not sharing my deepest experience and the thing that I've been through, right? So just by being vulnerable, the first step to really being vulnerable, or if you have a fear about being vulnerable, the first step is just being vulnerable with yourself. Just asking yourself, what do I really want? What do I really desire? Because the more you're going to be more clear about the thing that you want, it will be easier for you to communicate to your environment the thing that you really want, right? And I came to realize that the more you're going to accept yourself, the more others are going to accept you. Because everything is like a mirror, right? People are just going to reflect your own inner being. And think about it. You don't want people, there's a saying, like, I rather people to love me for who I am rather than who I'm not, right? You don't want people to love you if you're putting on a facade, or like putting on an act, and they will like this version of you, right? Because the true people that are really meant to be in your life are the people that are going to accept you no matter what, right? It doesn't mean that you have to hurt them or something, but if you think about something that you want to communicate with someone, it can be really challenging, especially if what you want to communicate is about the other person's behavior or something that hurt you or something like that, right? I'm not saying that other people are controlling your emotions, but sometimes you have to have these vulnerable conversations, because sometimes the other person has no idea that that's what you experience, and if you're not going to communicate it, there is no way that the other person can, guess what you have in mind, right? So, and you know, after you do it one time, you will feel such a relief and you will be so proud of yourself that you did it. Because, you know, to have courage, it's not, I'm not saying that you don't have to have fear, because like doing something and feel the fear and do it anyway, this is the real courage, right? You know, a few years ago I was in coaching school and there were people that really shared in front of the class the deepest, like really vulnerable experiences, and I looked at them and I said to myself, oh man, I wish I could be like that, like really, how do you say it, like put your heart on your sleeve. I wish I could be that person that can stand in front of 20 people and share my deepest experiences. And it really inspired me to be like this. And I hope this is going to inspire you to be a person that, I'm not saying that you have to be vulnerable with anyone, but if you think that you have someone that you build trust with, or that you really know that the other person is not going to judge you, so this is that will be a safe place for you to be vulnerable. Okay, so you have homework. Your homework is, I challenge you to find this week, to find one thing or a person that you want to be vulnerable with, and just do it. And if you don't know where to start, just start with yourself and be vulnerable with yourself and ask yourself, what do you really want? What are your needs and desires? Because the more you're going to be clear about it, the easier it will become for you. Okay? So I hope that this video is going to be an inspiration for you to be more open and to be more vulnerable, because this is your true power, right? Society tells us that you show weakness if you're vulnerable or open up, but no, this is the other way around. This is your really true strength, to be open and to be vulnerable. So my intention for you is that it's going to inspire you and to help you to be vulnerable with others. Then I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye bye.